So I got some questions on xAG. What is xAG? What does xAG really mean? So let's get into that. xAG is a measure developed by Opta, and it stands for expected assisted goals. For every pass in a soccer or football match that leads to a shot, that pass is given an xAG value between 0.01 and 0.99. What we're essentially measuring here is the chance that that pass becomes an assist. Or another way of putting it is that that pass that leads to a shot becomes a goal. So in short, we're trying to assess assist creation, and we want to be agnostic of finishing, right? We want to assess the creator's capabilities on its own. So the stat's not meant to measure the shooter's abilities. It's supposed to measure the creator's passing ability. So it shouldn't matter if the shooter scores his chance or misses his chance. It doesn't really make a difference on a measure of creativity. This makes xAG a better metric than assists. So to better distinguish between xAG and assists, we have these two plays right here. If you need a refresher, there's links in the description to go take a look at them. I'll give you a second to do that. So the first one is a Sergio Busquets clip where he lays the ball off for Messi. It's his world famous assist where he does literally nothing and lets Messi run the show, take the ball from him, dribble through the whole team, and score. And then on the other play, we've got the Raheem Sterling miss versus Lyon in the Champions League, where Gabriel Jesus earns back the ball from the Lyon defenders. He dribbles past his man and he puts in a peach of a cross to Raheem Sterling, only for him to sky it over the bar. If you look at these two plays, Gabriel Jesus did not get credited with an assist, and Sergio Busquets did. But if we really look at them, who was more creative on these plays? Who created more? Are assists really reflective of creativity here? Nah, anyone with eyes can tell you they're not. And it's an example of why xAG is a lot better of a value when assessing creativity than just assists. And now let's look at the assists versus xAG stats for the Premier League season through the first 25 weeks. Let's see whose teammates are really making them shine and whose teammates are letting down their stars. All right, here we could see the assists versus expected assists of players in the Premier League through the first 25 weeks of a season. On the y-axis, we've got the assist numbers, and on the x-axis, we've got the expected assisted goals. All the way on the right, we see Mohamed Salah with 8.9 expected assisted goals and 9 assists to show for it. That means his teammates have been converting at approximately the expected rate, which is keeping him at a 1-to-1 ratio of expected assisted goals to assists. The second most creative player in the league so far this season has been Bruno Fernandes with 7.6 expected assisted goals. And then we got Kieran Trippier with 7.4, and then Saka, Heung-min Son, Pascal Gross, Dwight McNeil, and so on. So I want to focus on two different sections of this chart particularly. We've got this section right here that I'm encircling with my mouse, and this section right here. So let's start with the top. So over here we've got Pedro Neto with 9 assists off 4.4 expected assisted goals, and over here we've got Ollie Watkins with 10 assists off 5.3 expected assisted goals. So both of them are similar in that they both have overperformed their expected assisted goals tally, and this is in large part due to the clinical finishing of their teammates. For Pedro Neto, it's Hwang Hee-chan, and for Ollie Watkins, it's a combination of players from John McGinn to Leon Bailey and a couple others. And because of the clinical finishing of our teammates, they've ended up with much higher assist values than we'd expect. On the other end of the spectrum, we've got Bruno Fernandes with 7.6 expected assisted goals and 5 assists to show for it, and Dejan Kulusevski with 5.5 expected assisted goals and 2 assists to show for it. In both cases, their finishers are not doing their job consistently enough, and as a result, it's making Dejan Kulusevski and Bruno Fernandes look worse than they actually have been playing. Subscribe to Panenka Footy for more predictive modeling and analysis.